Hi everybody, I'm Christopher. Welcome back to my channel. I'm eating tomatoes and I'm watching the baby call. I'm a home alone dad right now, and my 2-year-old is asleep, I hope. So we can continue to do whatever we have to do in the garden. So today we are going to save seeds from tomatoes. I have some San Marzano tomatoes I've been growing this summer, and I'm going to show you the 2 ways that I save seeds. It all depends on how many seeds I'm going to save and how many tomatoes I have. I'm going to take you through every step that I do, from taking out the seeds, fermenting, or doing some other techniques with the seeds, and finally ending up with the dried seeds, which I can just bag and store cold. So to start off, I'm gonna bring you in a little bit closer, and I'm gonna show you how I take the seeds out from these tomatoes. And I'm gonna, of course, save the tomatoes and use them in my salsa this weekend, I think. So yeah, just give me 1 second, I'll bring you in a little bit closer. First of all, there's 2 types of tomatoes when it comes to saving seeds, which are important to remember. You got the heirloom and you got the hybrids. Now, the heirloom tomatoes, when you save seeds from them, and you plant that the next year, you will get exactly the same tomato plant as you did last year. And the other type, which is the hybrids, those are the ones that are a cross between 2 types of tomatoes. And what that means is that when you plant those seeds the next year, after saving seeds, you will not be guaranteed to get the same plant. You might get some other varieties of tomatoes. It might revert back to one of its parents, and that's fine by me. Some people don't like to save seeds from hybrids, but I don't mind. I like to see what types of tomatoes I can get, so I don't really mind, but it's important to remember. And most of the tomato seeds, you can look them up online and see if they're hybrids or if they are heirloom tomatoes. These are the San Marzano. I think they are hybrids. I'm pretty sure they're hybrids, but I haven't checked it online. Which means that when I save these seeds and I grow them next year, I probably will end up with something different than these ones. Last year I saved seed from a tomato which was a hybrid, and I planted it this year and I got a completely different tomato. It was a really good tomato, so I didn't mind, but that's just a quick warning when you're saving tomato seeds, so really check that first. Now there's 2 methods that I use for saving seeds. It all depends on how many seeds I'm gonna save. For this amount, I would always use the second way of doing it, which is fermenting the seeds. Now, the first one is if you just get a couple of tomatoes and you think, oh, that's a good tomato, I'm gonna save seeds for that. There's a really simple way to do that. And what I do then is just take some paper towel. I just have some basic paper towel, and I just lay it out like that. I take 1 tomato, I cut it in an X shape. Oh, I do it all the way, all the way through. And what I'm gonna do is just smear the tomato out onto the paper, and as you can see, all the seeds are getting out. And what that will do is that the seeds will stick to the paper, and when they dry out, this paper towel, you should probably put it in a sunny spot for, I'd say, a week, until it's completely dry, and then all the seeds will be stuck to the paper. And that's not really a problem, because the only thing that I do once I want to use those, you just fold it up once it's dry and you store it. And when I want to use it, I just take the paper like this and I just take out a piece with one seed and I just plant the whole thing. Because paper will of course dissolve in the soil, so there's really not any problem with this. But this is not a good way to save tons of seeds, so this is just something that I do if I'm going to take a couple of tomatoes. Okay, so the next method, which is by far the best method for me when I'm saving tomato seeds. What I do is I take the tomatoes out, I squeeze the juice into a cup like this, and I set the cup aside in room temperature, preferably dark, for I'd say 3, 4, 5 days to ferment. I can just get this one back. When you look at the seeds, they all have this gooey, slimy thing surrounding the seed, and this is actually it does prohibit the seed from germinating. So what the fermentation process is going to do is that it's going to release the seed from this gooey, slimy whatever, and then just fall to the bottom of the cup. And what we do then is just slowly fill it up with water, and we rinse it out, and fill it up with water and rinse it out. And once that's completely done and the water is blank, then you would end up with just plain seeds. And I could just show you right away what that looks like. Now, this is a cup. Yeah, it looks bad. It's actually molding on top, which is just normal. It's just fine. It's not going to hurt the seed at all. But this is a cup that I put aside from some black cherry tomatoes I did. I think it was 4 days ago. And these are completely finished. So at the end, I'm gonna show you how I rinse these off and get the end product. So, but for now, we're just gonna stick with taking out the tomatoes. And for small tomatoes like these ones, what I normally do is just slice across at the top of it, and I'm just squeezing out the liquid like this. And of course, saving the tomatoes, because this is gonna be some great salsa. I'm gonna pair it with I'm not sure, but I think I have some cayenne and I have some Santa Fe Grande, and that's gonna be my winter salsa. So what you do is just continue to do this step for every tomato in the pile, and once it's finished, you just put some paper towel over it. What I do is just something like this, and if you have a rubber band or something, it would be the best, but I don't like putting it in a sealed container, because yeah, that's not how I do it. I use paper towel because I wanted to get some air for the fermentation process. And the only reason that I use paper over it is because I want it to breathe, but I don't want any insects or flies or fungus gnats or anything going into it and laying eggs and stuff like that. So that's why I keep this paper towel over it. Okay, I'll just finish up this and I'll get back at you. And here's what you end up with. 1 bowl of tomatoes. They're still good. They're not as sweet, but they're still really good. And 1 cup of the goo that we're gonna ferment for, I'd say, 4 days. Okay, now it's time to wash out the other batch that I did 4 days ago. And here is the goo. Yeah, it looks bad, I know. It doesn't smell good either, but anyway. So what I'm doing is, there's nothing scientific or fancy about this. I just water it out with my trustworthy hose, and Yeah, I'm using a garden hose on my carpet, but anyway, what you're gonna do is just try to wash it out, and straight away it will start to dissolve the goo on the top. And what I'm doing there is just slowly letting it run off. And you're gonna lose some seeds, but the seeds that are floating is normally not that good at all. So, but I lose some of the seeds here, which are probably good, but that's just because they're still stuck to the goo. And I'm just gonna try to put this on a more hard and it bubbles. And then you just repeat until the whole thing is just completely drained off. And you will end up with the seeds that are laying on the bottom. And those are the ones that you're gonna save for next year. I'm gonna do this a couple of times and I'll just show you when I'm finished. As you can see now, the water is really clear and the seeds drop straight to the bottom just instantly. So I'm just gonna run this off once more and I'd say we're finished. Nice. Just gonna get out the last of the water. You will lose some seeds this way, but it's not that bad. And the ones floating, as I said, they're not good anyway, so just gonna carefully remove the water. And that's that. Now there's just one thing to do, and that is to dump it out on a flat surface. I like using cardboard. I made these sheets of cardboard. I have tons of it, so they're easy to use, and the seeds won't stick to it that much. At least not more than you'll be able to get them off easy. So what I'm doing is just dumping out the whole thing. And there's probably gonna grow some tomatoes in my carpet now, but I don't mind. I like tomatoes. Yeah, I'd say that's enough. And just gently just push it out, spread it, and what you're gonna do, as I said before, you're gonna put this in a sunny spot like a windowsill or something, and just let it sit for a few days until it's completely dried up. And you don't want to take the seeds and pack them until you're completely sure that it's dried out, because otherwise they're gonna rot straight away. So once they're completely dried, then you can just put them in a coffee filter or something and store them in a cool place. I just store every seed that I have in a refrigerator. So once they're completely dried, they will look like this. And as you can see, the seeds are completely dried and they're loosened from the cardboard. And yeah, these are perfect and they're finished and ready for next season. So yeah, that's how I do the tomato seeds. And thank you for joining. I hope you stayed to the end, and please subscribe if you like what I'm doing, and I'm gonna continue doing it anyway. So until next time, this is Christopher saying, may the force be with you. Goodbye. Okay, I'm gonna clean up. And I think the boy just woke up. Okay.